Do you have a favorite game?
I don't. I've enjoyed many over the years. I like board games. I like card games. I like sports. I do like a good competition. But my game nights came to an end when I had kids, but I still remember them enough to contribute to this film.
So a lot of that came back when you were like making this movie, memories of getting
Yeah.
together with pals.
Yeah, of being not a memory of being a dork. I mean, I am a dork, but it really high dork started, right in there, just after my going to bars, and then before having kids. It's that window right in there.
Are you a competitive person? Do you think naturally this kind of thing?
I mean, I can appreciate good competition, but I don't let losing ruin the night. The win's not that important.
Well, I got to tell you, this was an amazing storyline, and there's some wonderful twists and turns. I think there's also a whole thing here, a subplot that's actually not so sub of sibling rivalry with your character and Kyle's, which is also very fun.
Right.
It must have been fun to play off of that as well.
Yeah, he was fantastic coming and playing that character for us. We got really, really lucky. He said yes. He doesn't do a lot of comedies, and I hope he does after this. He seemed to have a really, really good time and very easy to play brothers with. He and I have a good sort of connection. So that was it was fun to kind of dig in there and kind of make some stuff up.
And there's some nice twists too. I mean, there's some surprises that I think you often don't see in a film like this. Not only with his character, but Jesse is just amazing.
Isn't he great?
To start with, I'm sure we've all had either neighbors or someone that we're thrown to get maybe to work, someone that we work with or whatever, who, it's not that we hate them, but we really don't want to have to spend time with them, and we try to come up with stories to avoid them.
Right.
And I think people will be able to relate to that aspect early in the movie.
Right.
That character, wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, but you got to kind of do it in a nice way, and then that gets sloppy, and then that's kind of funny, and he's a good obstacle for us for sure.
And the way he played it was just brilliant.
Yeah, and a lot of that wasn't the specifics of that character were not really written. I mean, he it just shows you what a great actor he is. He's super creative. He reads that role and figures, well, I can kind of play him like this, and it still stays inside of what they've written. That was really exciting to see him do that.
Yeah, I think also in a lot of good comedies, when something happens, and then if something happens and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, the dog scene.
Mm-hmm.
That is hilarious, where you get into a situation with the dog, and you have, shall we say, it's bloody good comedy. That must have been fun to shoot that.
It was pretty fun. Yeah, you've got to kind of keep yourself open to whatever that dog's going to do, and stay light on your feet. But yeah, I guess you got to have a dog scene in every comedy, right? I remember there's something about Marion when he throws the dog out the window. I just thought it was just so funny. But all that's John and Jonathan, and they came up with a lot of different, I guess they call them set pieces in these films where, crazy stuff happens, and that was a fun one to do.
Were you able to ad-lib a fair amount of this? It seemed like there might have been some good opportunities for ad-libbing, and that might get used in the final cut.
Yeah, I think most comedies you want to try to create kind of that vibe of it's all kind of coming apart at the seams, and oftentimes that means you've got to kind of be loose with the dialogue, and it's not that you're trying to make it better or fix something that's wrong. You're just trying to keep it kind of frayed, and John and Jonathan allowed for that and encouraged that, actually. And some stuff ended up in the movie, and then other stuff was just kind of not as good as what they'd written, most of it. But it was nice to just work on a set with that kind of atmosphere.
And I understand that in your contract you got to keep the original Corvette that that arrived.
It's parked downstairs.
Okay, good.
No, not
good.
true. Not true. But yeah, it's a pretty sweet car.
Very sweet car. It must be nice just even to sit in it, to look at it, to be part of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's an old car, so it didn't smell great, but it looked good.
It added a nice touch to the movie,
Yeah.
That's for sure. Rachel, we have to talk about her. She's not here today, unfortunately.
Also, does not smell great, but looks good. It's a surprising thing.
Oh, very
Yeah.
surprising. Very surprising.
Yeah, you're lucky she's not here.
Boy, I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that. No, but working with her, obviously, you had some great banter back and forth.
Yeah, she's pretty fun and has got a great sense of humor. She should do more comedies too, for sure.
And speaking of comedy, there's a lot of physical comedy in this, and you're very good at that. I felt. I mean, I've seen that in a few of your other movies.
It might have been the stunt double.
No, I think you do a lot of it yourself.
Well, I do what I'm asked to. Again, it's an actor does what's written, and John and Jonathan just did a great job filling this thing full of funny opportunities for us to try to pull off.
And finally, I've always asked this. Is there one particular scene that stands out for you from making Game Night?
I like the scene. I like the paternity test that Rachel and I, the scene we had with the doctor there. I remember it's like a long 3-page, 4-page scene. That's always fun to do as an actor, where you're sort of reliant on a rhythm that the 3 characters have, and then also the bullet removal scene I did with Rachel was really fun. She and I kept that really loose.
That was great, yeah. And speaking of the doctor, she had lines that you don't normally see a character like that, secondary character or tertiary character have. I mean, she threw some lines out that I thought were very
She
funny.
was a really, really gifted actor, yeah. She brought a lot.